Welcome to this special video series of Wealth Arki entitled Global Investing for the Filipino Investor, which is done in partnership with AXA Philippines. Kasama natin dito sa video series na to si Mr. Dexter Agcaoili, who is the Investment Solutions Director of AXA Philippines and the country representative to Arkitas Asia, an asset management company of the AXA Group. Check out the video description for the links to all the 5 episodes of this video series. That's it for my intro. Let's begin. All right. Hello, Dexter.
Hello.
For our first episode, I would like to define ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng global investing, ang ibig sabihin ng mga global funds. So basically, ako, nag-invest ako locally. So ibig sabihin, local investing lang yung ginagawa ko. Kaya ko bang mag-invest globally kahit na nasa Pilipinas ako? So those are the questions that we will try to answer in this episode. So let's start with defining ano ba yung difference ng local investing sa global investing.
Yes. So, ako bang mag-start?
Yes.
Go. Okay.
Ano yung difference ng local and global investing? Yes.
Okay. So, Fitz, as you rightly pointed out, when we talk of local, dito, yung mga assets that we're investing in dito, maybe stocks, bonds, or even real estate, local investing. Now, pag sinabi mang global, ito yung really outside of the country and hindi lang sa isang lugar, hindi lang sa isang country outside, like maybe US, but rather in different parts of the globe. Minsan kasi, usual inisip natin, invested na ako sa US. Global na yun. Kung tutuusin, hindi naman talaga dahil more of, you're in a particular region, like the Northern American region. So that is
concentrated.
Still
parang concentrated ka.
Pero pagdating naman sa global, it's really in different parts of the world.
And I understand also, Dexter, no? Bukod sa global investing on a per, kunwari, you have there Northern America, tapos pwede may kasama na Europe. Parang you can also have, different themes and flavors as well pagdating sa global investing. Tama ba?
Yes. So different themes could be, as pinaka-basic is, say, talagang indexing, tracking in certain indices sa different parts of the world. So pwede kang magkaroon ng global fund, pero ang ini-invest niya lang is mga market indices ng different parts of the globe. Like, merong nasa US, tapos merong nasa Europe, merong nasa Asia. Tapos meron na namang talagang actively managed types of funds na merong themes din na pwedeng medyo may global tech fund. May mga ganun tayong nakikita rin sa industriya ngayon di ba? So merong US tech, merong global tech rin. Or pwede rin merong Asian tech. So ayun, ito yung mga themes naman na pwede nating makita. But I think one thing na dapat ma-highlight natin is that one is yung global is really more of not just looking at one particular region, but really across the globe siya invested.
Exciting.
Tapos pwede ka magkaroon ng mga different themes din.
Exciting. So parang parang goodbye pond, hello ocean pag global investing. Di ba? Kasi pag Philippine market, di ba? Ito yung pond pero pag global investing, hello ocean ka na, di ba? Ang dami-dami ng
May mga libro ako nabasa about investing, and a lot of financial analysts usually advise na kung gusto mo ng relatively safe investment for the long term, you should go for an index fund. So, syempre, kung nasa Pilipinas ka, meron akong nakausap na client noon na gusto daw niya sundin yung advice na yon. So, ang ginawa niya, nag-invest siya sa 3 index fund, pero lahat nasa Pilipinas. So, sabi ko, parang wala masyadong diferensya yung ginawa mo. Kasi puro local index fund Kasi akala niya, diversified na siya. Kasi meron siyang index fund sa isang bangko, meron siyang index fund sa isang mutual fund, tapos meron siyang index fund sa isang insurance company. So sabi niya, ayan, diversified na ako. So that is a common mistake Which means, pag
Oo.
talagang global investing or you want to invest in a global fund, you have to ask kung ano ba yung composition ng portfolio ng fund na kung saan ka mag-i-invest. But I think
Yes.
one of the reasons then kung bakit hindi nakakapag-invest globally is because there are barriers for Filipinos when it comes to global investing. Ako, I would say, late ko na rin nalaman yan na pwede pala ako mag-invest sa ibang economies. Kasi nung nagsisimula ako mag-aral sa pag-i-invest, ang alam ko lang talaga, syempre,
How many
Philippine
years
stock
ago yan?
market.
How many years ago? Kasi
Mga 4
tagal
years
ba yun
ago.
Okay.
Parang kailan
Mga
lang.
4 years ago,
Tanda pa natin yan.
nung graduate ako ng college 4 years ago, ang alam ko lang na investments na usually nabibigay sa akin na advice is yung of course Philippine stock market, tapos I've encountered yung mga UITF and mutual fund na most of the time ano rin no sa local market, local bond, government bonds, corporate bonds in the Philippines, etc. Much later ko lang nalaman yung opportunities na meron pala akong pwede pala akong mag-invest globally. So it made me wonder bakit siya hindi masyadong popular? Ano ba yung mga barriers ng Filipinos when it comes to global investing? So ano ba yung mga napapansin ninyo? Siguro ikaw rin simula.
Una muna si Dexter kasi mas matagal to 20 years na to sa industry.
Sige,
okay,
gamitan natin ng experience.
Sige, Dexter.
Experience.
Kung babalikan ko ang 20 years ko. Well, ako nga even if marami na akong experience when it comes to investing, different asset classes, and the exposure to global funds before, only recently ako nag-start to really invest globally. Dahil, kung una dyan is yung familiarity. Ano ba yung familiar ka? Since familiar ako more of local equities, yung macroeconomic environment ng Philippines, mas tansyado ko. So, sige, dito. I can just manage it between fixed income, equities, even mag-stock pick pa ako. No? So, ito yung tawag dito is home bias dahil sanay ka, familiar ka na dito lang sa Philippines mag-invest. So, sige, dito ka invest. Pero, yun nga kung titignan pa nga natin, ang next popular reason why hindi nag-i-invest globally is as simple as wala akong dollar account. Kung mababalikan nyo, di ba, mga 7 years back, restricted yung pagbili natin ng dollars, di ba? So, unless nagta-travel ka, hindi ka mag-keep ng dollar account mo. Or kung tipong nag-start ka na mag-invest globally, or yung mga dollars na may makukuha mo mula sa mga bonds na interest ng bonds na nakukuha mo, yung coupons, ayun na lang, kinikip mo yung dollars to be also invested globally. Pero yung the lack of access to dollars before, dahil mahirap, dahil nga maraming restrictions, that contributed to it.
Iba talaga pag 20 years na no? Pag 20 years na.
Isa pa, huli na.
Yes.
Information. Kasi, siyempre, ayaw mo mag-invest kapag hindi mo alam pa, di ba? Dati nung nagsimula ako, wala pa ganong internet. Hirapan hanapan ng information, di ba? Ngayon, i-type mo lang, mahanap mo na yung information on different kinds of funds outside. The access to information also important.
Pupunta ka pa ba ng library para maghanap?
Yung borrower's card ko.
Tingin ko yun yung mga. Tapos yan nga, bukod pa doon, feeling nila, mahal mag-invest pag sa dollar, di ba? Or pag offshore, kailangan mo ng mga 1 million. Di ba? Before, if you wanna invest offshore, kailangan muna maging valued client ka ng bangko muna, di ba? Mga magkano ba balance mo? Or dapat super valued client ka rin ng isang multinational bank. Magkano ba maging valued client ng multinational bank for you to get that, di ba? That global and offshore footprint. So, the barriers is mataas. Whereas ngayon, super baba na ng barrier. I mean, there are funds going in already na may offshore component. Tapos, yung iba, minimum, di ba? Baba lang ng minimum ngayon Parang may 1,000 ata ako nakita one time. Basta super baba na lang. So, mas barrier bumababa na ngayon?
What I understand dun sa sinabi ninyo, no, na the reason why a lot of Filipinos don't invest in the global markets is because number one, merong home bias dahil syempre if you look at the newspaper, you watch the news, it's all about pagdating sa business and finance, no, it's really about the local market. Minsan headline pa pag merong nangyaring significant sa Philippine stock market. Pero pag merong, kunwari, malaking nangyari or big news sa US stock market, for example, hindi siya nasa headline. Usually, nasa first page lang nung business section ng dyaryo, no?
That's right.
And so, yun yung isa sa mga reason kung ba't nag-create ng home bias. But as mentioned by Rienzie, in recent years, nagkakaroon na tayo ng awareness na aside from the Philippine or Asian market, there are opportunities that exist in other markets as well. And kapag mababa ang Asian market or ang Philippine market, it doesn't mean na mababa lahat ng markets in the world, which means if we have access, for example, sa European market or sa North American market, pwede tayong kumita ng pera or pwede natin mapalaki yung portfolio natin kahit na yung local market natin ay very sluggish or sideways. And those barriers are slowly breaking down, I would say, kasi unang-una, hindi natin kailangan ng malaking pera para mag-invest. I think dati, if you want to open an account, you have to contact a foreign broker or a foreign company. You have to create an offshore account, which is, the reason why I am able to trade Forex is because medyo naglakas ako ng loob years ago magbukas ng isang account sa isang Forex broker na foreign and open an offshore account. Pero syempre, not everyone has that risk tolerance na magpapadala ka ng pera sa ibang bansa sa isang opisina na hindi mo pa nabibisita.
And familiarity, di ba? Parang kumbaga, naku, baka legit ba tong kumpanya na to? Mag-work transfer ako, di ba? So, medyo talagang, may anxiety, even ambivalence sometimes na, teka, legit ba tong kumpanya na to? Napapadalan ko ng pera.
Tama. And pagdating sa global investing or investing in the global markets, ang first impression din is kailangan ko ng dollars para makapag-invest dyan. And kung sumisweldo ka ng peso, parang may hassle ka pang extra step na magko-convert ka pa to dollar. Siguro, one question I'm curious is, pwede ka ba mag-invest sa global markets kahit na Philippine peso lang yung meron ka? Yan.
Yes.
Dexter?
Actually, that has been a growing trend for the past 3 to 4 years where mga asset managers have began to offer maybe a UITF or a mutual fund or even a variable unit link fund na denominated in pesos. So, ang pag-subscribe mo pesos and then invested in dollars. So, there has been a number and AXA also recently launched peso-denominated global funds. I-share ko lang, no? Isang magandang development kasi recently din is how the central bank has liberalized again the FX purchases, not just for individuals but also institutional, and that has helped. It makes sense now to create a peso-denominated na mutual fund or unit investment trust fund or unit-linked fund na peso pero invested globally kasi hindi na siya restricted pagdating dun sa number of millions of dollars na pwedeng ma-purchase in 1 year. So, yun. Isang magandang evolution rin ng regulation natin.
Napakalaking factor nung convenience and in recent years, mas nagiging convenient na and accessible ang mag-invest sa global funds. So, yung mga dating mga barriers sa mga Pinoy na nagpupigil sa kanila na mag-invest sa global markets ay unti-unti nawawala na ngayon, mas nagiging madali na. And na-mention mo kanina, Dexter, no, AXA has a Philippine-denominated fund or na nag-i-invest in the global markets.
Yes.
So, can you tell more about that? And I'm sure a lot of our viewers are also interested in how can they invest in that fund.
So, AXA recently launched 4 global funds that are peso denominated. And kumbaga peso version to ng mga kilalang global funds namin eh. So, we have our flagship AXA Global Advantage Fund, which is invested essentially in US technology. So that has been a very successful fund of ours, and we created the peso version of it. So ang kinaganda nun, again, it's our customers don't have to buy a new dollar policy just to be diversified globally, but rather kahit yung existing regular pay unit link niya o kaya existing single pay unit link policy niya, pwede na siya mag-shift part of it into our global advantage fund. That's one.
Okay.
And we also have our AXA Global Dynamic Allocation Funds. So tatlong funds to. Merong global fixed income, global balance, at global equities. And it's invested across the 5 major regions. Ito yung US, Europe, Asia, Japan, and emerging markets. And it's actively managed. Itong 3 funds na to are actively managed funds na nagre-reallocate across those 5 major regions. So, fixed income, global fixed income, para doon sa mga relatively conservative. And meron kaming global multi-asset, or what commonly known as a balanced fund, may fixed income and equity. And then we have medyo aggressive na equities na, or we call it AXA Global Dynamic Allocation Funds Growth, yung global equities. So in total, we have 3 global funds, and we have our Global Advantage Fund na now available in peso.
So, of course, if yung mga ka-Arki natin na nanonood, gusto nilang malaman pa, if they want more information about the global funds that AXA is offering, then they can talk to a AXA financial partner today. So, kanina inilabas ko yung ating marquee dyan sa baba. So, they can just go to axa.com.ph/appointments, or, ayan, dahil high-tech tayo, meron tayong QR code. So, they can just scan the QR code, and they will go to the website where they can fill up a form, and an AXA financial partner can contact them. But very exciting news sa mga existing na AXA clients, kasi sabi nga ni Dexter, yung kanilang mga investments, pwede na nilang i-shift, no, or i-transfer towards the global funds that you are offering. And sabi mo nga, hindi na nila kailangan mag-convert to peso kasi to dollars para mag-invest, dahil meron din kayong peso denominated na funds which invests in the global markets. To summarize yung na-discuss natin dito sa episode na to, of course, we have the Philippine market, which is our local, where we usually invest when we say we are investing in local funds. And sayang kung puro Philippine market ka lang nag-invest, there's a bigger world out there where we can diversify yung portfolio natin and take advantage of movements in the global market.
Goodbye, pond. Goodbye, pond. Hello, ocean.
Ocean, tama. So, before, nung panahon ninyong dalawa, napakahirap pa mag-invest sa global funds. But fortunately, in recent years, maraming financial institutions, including AXA Philippines, which is making it more convenient and more accessible for Filipinos na mag-invest sa global markets. And again, if they want to check out ano ba yung mga opportunities na ino-offer ng AXA Philippines, they can just scan the QR code or go to the website na nagpa-flash na sa screen natin, which is axa.com.ph/appointments, and they can talk to an AXA financial partner. So that's it for our first episode. Ang second episode natin, we will discuss more yung reasons kung bakit ka ba dapat nag-i-invest in the global market. So, mga ka-Arki, salamat sa panonood dito sa ating special video series on global investing for the Filipino investor. At kita-kita tayo sa episode 2. Alright? So, bye-bye.
Star Wars lang
Oo.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye mga ka-Arki. See you next
Thank you,
episode.
Dex. Thanks.
Thank you. As we learned, global investing may just be the key to reaching your financial goals. But remember to study your options first and work with a trusted financial institution. Reach out to an AXA financial partner today, and we will help you create your global investing game plan.